I think Mrs. Phillips should get the Teacher of the Year award because she has made a difference for everyone in her classes and the classes to come.
I think Miss Phillips should get Teacher of the Year because she's a great teacher. She's so caring about and all her students, and she makes sure we know what we're doing.
I think she should be Teacher of the Year because she's just so interactive with us, and it really helps us think about everything, and she's just great.
You're going to count up all the kernels on this corn cob, and you're going to see which one of those Punnett squares it falls into. You can actually use what we see on this corn cob to figure out what the parents looked like. Isn't that kind of neat? I believe very strongly about building a sense of community in a classroom, and I think that is so important when you're trying to push kids beyond what they thought they could do. And I think that by helping kids learn to trust each other, by having them problem solve together, by having them work through some of the difficult aspects of science, they learn to feel comfortable in this environment. And then once they do, it allows me to push them further than even they thought they could go. And so I truly believe that we owe it to our kids to give them as much as they're able to absorb. You do have a hard one because your rows aren't even completely straight, right? And so it makes it hard to count. So just do the best that you can. Again, it's about the experience. It's not going to be perfect. We make mistakes in science all the time, right? So do the best you can. If you think that you have one that you accidentally count twice, it's not the end of the world, but do the best that you have. Ever done an experiment like this before?
Nope.
Nope?
No.
Not at all? Okay. It's one thing to read something in a science textbook, but then to have kids experience that, there's no substitute for that. And so when kids are out in lab stations and they're looking at something that they wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity to do that, it cements that learning. It allows them to remember it long term rather than it just being something they read or some notes that they went over. They really can think back to, oh my gosh, I remember when we did this lab, or I remember when we studied about corn or DNA. And I think that makes a lasting impression for students. How are we doing?
Good. There are a lot of purple. Smooth.
Okay, so you've already noticed a pattern or a trend. Yeah, you do have quite a few purple. And they're mostly smooth?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to want to be on the lookout for if that trend continues throughout your whole corn cob. And then when you look at other corn cobs that maybe you think have a lot of purple, we're going to compare and see
if they have the same other traits.
Right. Okay. And then you'll be able to backtrack and figure out what did the parents of that corn cob, what were they like? Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Nice job. I love to see kids get excited about learning, and I love to see that they may consider a field of science that maybe they didn't think about before, maybe they've never been exposed to before. I love to see when they finally get something that they never got before, or I'm teaching them a little bit more in depth a subject matter that they've already known, and then all of a sudden they go, oh, I get it now. I see how everything fits together and how it's related to one another. I love that. I love seeing that in kids and seeing them be successful. That's why I come to school every day.